boxing, tennis, and one angry football coach. NT Daily's Rolando Laurenti is here with sports. Rolando.
Blessing. The Mean Green ended its season on a losing note Saturday, and the coach, well, he didn't like it one bit.
I think part of it's because we're not a real good football team. Number one, when you're sitting there with a record that we have, we're not a great football team, whether you're home or away.
The team never established a quarterback all season. They started 3 different quarterbacks: sophomore Josh Greer, redshirt freshman Dejon Williams, and junior Andrew McNulty. The 3 combined for a total of 13 passing touchdowns. Sadly enough, that also happens to be the number of interceptions thrown by the trio. Saturday's game marked the team's 8th loss of the season, giving them a 4-8 record for 2014. In high school football, Denton County started out with 7 teams in the high school state playoffs, but 3 weeks later, only the Argyle Eagles remain. The Eagles will play Liberty ILO of Texarkana in Royce City Friday night at 7:30. Apogee Stadium will host 2 games. On Friday, McKinney North will play the Tyler Lions at 7:30. On Saturday, Euless Trinity will play the Allen Eagles at 2 o'clock. That should be a good one. Competitive fighting, from boxing to mixed martial arts, is growing nationally and worldwide. And that's true in Denton too, where one former competitive boxer is back in the ring. NT Daily's Craig Field has more.
Back to the music.
Throwing and taking punches is a day in the life of any boxer. But those professionals, amateurs, or enthusiasts all need a place to receive proper training. The Jimenez Old School Boxing Gym offers boxing lessons to those who want to learn. Benjamin Jimenez and his dad own the gym. He says a lot went into making the gym the business it is today.
We came over the summer that we got it, and we were scraping a lot of tiles off, a lot of ashes, a lot of mess, and well, we turned it into what it is.
And it is a place that has trained people how to box competitively for over 5 years. Corey Richards trains some of the guys who want to be boxers. The former competitive fighter has been representing the gym for a while now.
I think I started back when I was about 26, so I used to fight out of this gym the whole time. So the last four and a half years I've been fighting out of this gym.
Richards has received many accolades for boxing. Among them is a bronze medal in a 2011 Golden Gloves National Tournament. He says he does not quite know if his days of competitive boxing are behind him.
Now I'm a little bigger, I'm a little more out of shape, and I really like giving back to the kids, but honestly, like I said, I still had a desire.
The gym currently has 45 people enrolled, and it was also the training home for a U.S. Olympian boxer. Lessons take place at this building and are $60 a month. The Jimenez Old School Boxing Gym trains people who want to box both professionally and recreationally. Craig Fields, NT Daily News.
The competition in the UNT's tennis program just got 3 times more interesting. All but one player on the team are international students, and now the university signed 3 more international players from 3 different continents: Asia, Europe, and South America. The signees are top ranked in their home countries. Coach Sujay Lama says the process to get the players was not easy.
I give a lot of credit to my associate head coach, Coach Hammond, who spends 6, 7, 8 hours a day looking at tournaments all over the world.
Lama says the program will ensure the players will adapt by connecting them with other international students on campus. Alexis Thoma is the only American player on the team. She says she has high expectations for the incoming players.
We have 2 seniors leaving and big shoes to fill for some of us, and they're coming in, they're taking maybe our spots that we were last year, so know their role and make sure that they know that we're all here working as a team and a family.
Thoma says she will welcome the new players by letting them know she's there to help. That's all for sports. Blessing, Sean.
Homecoming week is here and the UNT football team has a new goal. NT Daily's Simone Roy Rollins is here with sports. Simone?
Amber, the Mean Green football team has found something else to play for since postseason is out of the question.
To play for, the second half of Conference USA remains these next 4 games. Since we opened the stadium that we're in right now, we've never had a losing season since we opened this stadium. 4-2 the first year, 3-2 the next, 5-1 last year. We've got to win our last 2 games to finish 4-2 and continue this great tradition of winning in Apogee Stadium.
Next up for the Mean Green is Florida Atlantic, who come into Saturday's game with a 3-6 record. Head coach Dan McCarney says he will rotate the quarterback position between junior Andrew McNulty and redshirt freshman Dejon Williams. The Mean Green had a week off to prepare for the Owls. McCarney says the team has shown vast improvement during the break. UNT alum Mean Joe Green's number was retired this weekend in Pittsburgh. Green was the 4th pick in the first round in the 1969 draft. Green was the anchor of Pittsburgh's steel curtain defense that won 4 Super Bowls in the late 70s. But some people didn't know he originally wore the number 72. It was not until Ken Quarters, who was traded, that Green claimed the number. Green's former teammates surrounded the stage wearing his iconic number 75.
Told me that they were going to retire my jersey and put me in the hollowed category of the first Mr. Steele, Ernie Starkman. My knees were weak and I just could not believe it. So I just want to thank them for thinking so much of me.
Green's number has already been retired by UNT. High school football is in its final week. Guyer moved up in the Texas AP polls after beating Keller Timber Creek 58-21. Ryan's 15-year playoff streak is in jeopardy after losing to Northwest 62-34. In 5A, Denton High beat Saginaw 24-19 to improve to 7-2. In 4A, second-ranked Argyle cruised past Dallas Pinkston 65-14. The UNT women's soccer team clinched its first Conference USA championship with a 4-0 win over Western Kentucky University. It was a one-sided match when the team hit the pitch. The team started scoring at the 5-minute mark of the game and dominated the contest. Junior goalie Jackie Kirsten, after being snubbed from the All-Conference USA first team, answered by not allowing a goal. The underclassmen showed their stuff against Western Kentucky University in the final home game. The team will play Marshall University in the first round of the conference tournament in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the cross-country teams hosted the Conference USA Championship on Saturday. The men's cross-country team won its Conference USA Championship. This is the team's first championship since 1994. Junior Troy Taylor took 3rd place in the 4-mile race, earning him first-team all-conference honors. Senior Alejandro Valencia won Outstanding Senior and placed 9th in the race. In women's cross-country, Senior Charlotte Wilson won Outstanding Senior and earned first-team all-conference. Head coach Stephanie Sleekis won Coach of the Year. This is her 2nd year as the Mean Green coach. The teams will run again November 14th in Fayetteville, Arkansas. That's all for sports. Amber, Valerie?
After being pushed around last weekend, UNT football is looking to turn things around. NT Daily's Janae Kelly is here with more. Janae?
Camille, Mean Green football is on the road again this week. They're headed to the University of Alabama, Birmingham, and UNT head coach Dan McCartney is optimistic that his team can make a change like last year.
We were 0-1 in the conference. We were 2-3 overall. We weren't exactly lighting it up in the first part of last season, but then we went on a great run, one of the great runs in the history of North Texas football, and won 7 of our next 8 games.
UNT suffered a big loss last week against Indiana. They entered the game against UAB with the record of 2-3. The Blazers come into the game with the record of 3-2. The game will air on TXA 21 Saturday at 2:30. And Denton High School's homecoming is this Friday. The Broncos hope to remain undefeated as they face the 4-1 Fort Worth Brewer Bears. The 9th-ranked Guyer Wildcats will host Keller Fossil Ridge at C.H. Collins Stadium, and the Division 4A 2nd-ranked Argyle Eagles will travel to Irving to take on the 4-1 Ranchview Wolves. A former UNT athlete has won a big honor in the world of professional golf. Carlos Ortiz has been named the Web.com Tour Player of the Year for 2014. He's earned more than $500,000 this year, the 4th highest winnings in tour history. Ortiz is debuting on the PGA Tour this weekend at the Fries.com Open. He comes into the event ranked 130th. He graduated from UNT just last year. Expect a big splash at the Pool Recreation Center on Saturday. The UNT swimming and diving team is hosting the 11th annual Green and White Alumni Meet. Current swimmers will compete against team alums. The event comes 2 weeks after the swim team placed first in the North Texas Relays. It's likely to be a swimmingly good time. That's all for sports. Amber, Camille.
This week has been full of hopes, from homecoming royalty to Mean Green soccer kicking into the semifinals. NT Daily's Shanice Chappelle is here with sports. Shanice?
Blessing. It's been a long 12 weeks, and Denton County has 7 high school football teams in the hunt for a state title. So here we go. In District 5 at 6A, Denton Guyer has wrapped up the district title. The Wildcats are placed in Division 2 bracket because of school attendance. The Ryan Raiders will need to win the Clash of the City against Guyer to keep its 15-year playoff appearance alive. In 5A, Denton High Broncos and Lake Dallas Falcons have already punched their tickets. In District 6, 4A, the Argyle Eagles can secure the district title with the win Friday. Sanger High will make an appearance in Division 1. In Class 4 and 3A, Ponder High and Crum High are in. We're not talking basketball, we're talking football. Both schools started their programs less than 5 years ago. The Mean Green basketball season is finally here. Ladies first, the women will host Southern Arkansas at 6 o'clock Thursday night at the Super Pit. Then, the men will take the court against the Stars of Oklahoma City on Monday. The game will start at 7 Monday night at the Super Pit. The UNT women's soccer team beat Marshall University 2-0 in the first round of the Conference USA tournament, but it wasn't easy. The duo of Molly Grisham and Carla Pineda teamed up again to score the 2 goals of the game. Both goals came from corner kicks from Pineda to Grisham. The team will be back in action against Louisiana Tech on Friday at 4:30. The last time the two teams met was back in September. The Mean Green won 1-0. If the team wins, the championship game will be aired Sunday on Fox Sports at 2 o'clock. Players on the Mean Green football team know they are playing for more than just a win this weekend.
Homecoming, it's a celebration of their careers as a student or as a student athlete at North Texas, and I really do want to make them proud when they come back this weekend.
The football team is looking to end its 4-game losing streak. Junior Andrew McNulty will be the starting quarterback against Florida Atlantic University. The Owls come into the game with a 3-6 record. Head coach Dan McCarney says the Owls are better than their record suggests. They have some explosive players on their team. The game will start at 6 o'clock and will be televised on Fox Sports. That's all for sports. Blessing, Krista.
Coming up next on NT Daily News, the new Mean Green team takes the battlefield with a new weapon. We'll explain.
And a basketball player is done shooting hoops. We'll tell you why when we return.
Still ahead on NT Daily News, the Mean Green football team hasn't been so mean lately. We'll explain.
And the Denton High Broncos continue to gallop on. More when we return. Still ahead on NT Daily News, some freshmen are bringing a refreshing spin to a local team. More when we return.
And football players spent their last game at Apogee Stadium. Sports is coming up next.
Coming up next on NT Daily News, a big victory for the Mean Green football team. We'll explain.
And Guyer High may have more victories thanks to a new program. More when we return.